Feel about it? What are your expectations after such a phenomenal conference?
I don't know, I'm a bit jolted. Big stage, big audience, massive opportunity. So I'm still taking it in. I think, to the team that put this together, they did a phenomenal job. And then I think before I tell you anything about what I expect, I just think a massive congratulations to the team that put this together. A huge thank you to the team that worked on it. Behind the scenes, on the scenes, the MCs were amazing. The flow of the program was really, really good. So, for a first-time conference at this scale, unbelievable. I've been doing this for a long time. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think, and never in my wildest dreams thought that young Africans would gather in a stadium to talk about the future. Never imagined it. And I think the fact that we even had the conversation is a huge mark of where we are in this continent, in this country, in this world.
Wow. And what exactly made you accept Mr. Dumisani's invitation to speak at this conference?
So I almost didn't make it actually, because I had a program in the Middle East. I go back to the Middle East immediately after this, and so it almost didn't work out. But so here's what actually happened: he invited me, and I was like, I'll think about it. And then my team was like, okay, well, let's see if we can do it. And then he came to meet me at my residence in Dubai, and we sat down and we were talking. And 30 minutes in, I was like, yeah, we should do this. Yeah. We should do this. I think the format is great. I think the subject matter is good. Africa must think.
And it's something that's close to your heart.
Absolutely.
Okay. Even as we close, any words of encouragement to the young people out there who are about to start?
If you live for the praise, you will die by the criticism. And I think we live in this very interesting time. We're a like generation. We're a comment generation. We're a filter generation. So we spend our time looking to be liked, to attract as many comments as possible, and we filter the best parts of our lives and we project those to the world. And entrepreneurship doesn't work like that. Entrepreneurship is hard, it's tough. Frankly, I don't know why anybody with a sane brain would try to do this. It's difficult. You take huge bets, they may or may not work, and every single day you're a student of the game. You're never a master. So the only words I would say to any young person watching this, I suppose, would be the words I would have said to myself at the beginning of my journey, which is live for neither the praise nor the criticism. Be clear about what you want to do. Have a relationship with your God and your Creator. Walk the path that He directs you to. Seek courage and seek wisdom. The rest really kind of takes care of itself. And the scorecard of life is not the scorecard of life. It's the way we look at life when we have this little scorecard. How successful are you? How much money have you made? Where do you live? What car do you drive? What suit are you wearing? What watch do you wear? That's not as important as how many lives have you changed? How many communities have you impacted? Beyond you, how many people remember your story, your journey? How have you given of yourself? Live for neither the praise nor the criticism. Let me say this, Flo. So I'm going to give you some homework. Okay, so my favorite poem is written by this guy called Rudyard Kipling. And this poem is called If. And I've known of the poem, but like many things in life, you know how you know something, but you don't really know it until you go through something when you have to know it. I'll give you an example. It's like you're at school, right?
Yes.
So when you learn something in a textbook, you learn it to memorize it. And then when you go through it in life, the thing you learned all of a sudden is internalized because you've just been through it. It's like you pick up a book and read how to swim. It's learning. It's not until you jump in the water and start drowning that all of a sudden that knowledge, the things you learned, become real. So most people don't know this about me, but I actually don't like publicity. I don't like media. I'm very comfortable doing what I do and staying and just letting the work do the talking, right? This is why when I launched my first book, The Magna Carta, on the day we launched it, we sold 6,000 copies in Spain. People asked me why Spain. It was because I'm a nobody in Spain. It's like, it just made sense. But when you do good work, I don't know why, when you do good work, your work gets elevated, and even if you don't want to be popular, your work makes you so. So all of a sudden people know you, right? It's not quite something I didn't dream for it, I didn't prepare for it, I didn't pray for it, it just kind of happened. So anyway, there is a yin and a yang to life. I promise you there's a point I'm coming to. For every light, there is a darkness. And so the light was like amazing. I bump into particularly young people who would watch the masterclasses and go, dude, like I watched your masterclass on the income statement and it just changed the way I look at my business. But there are also people who look at that and don't like that. They don't want that. You young people call them haters. I just call them the lost ones. And the reason I call them the lost ones is because anybody who has the time to spend, thank you. The reason I call them the lost ones is because anybody who has the time or energy to spend talking about, whispering over, and wishing ill on somebody else's journey is just lost. You're lost in your own journey. That's why you're trying to deviate from somebody else. So anyway, that started happening a bit in social media, and I had a very difficult time dealing with this. I really did, because it's not what I wanted. A friend of mine sent me this link. He's like, dude, you got to read this. And I remember it vividly. It was a Friday morning. I was trending on Twitter because there was a video of mine that went out. And as things happen on social media, people take a 40-minute clip and they take 13 seconds and they post 13 seconds. And then the rest of the Neanderthals, and I use that word advisedly, follow on a 13-second clip. They don't go, but what were we talking about? You know, in today's world, being first is more important than being right. So context doesn't matter. Anyway, so I'm being attacked and people are saying all sorts of things. And I'm watching this and he sends me this, but out of nowhere, he didn't know what was going on. So I read this poem. It's called If by Rudyard Kipling. And he says, it's a part in the poem he says, if you can meet victory and defeat and treat both imposters just the same. Say it again. He says, if you can meet victory and defeat and treat both imposters just the same, then you'll be a man. So here's a question for you, Flo. You're the smart one, you're the inventor. I'm just the guy wearing pointy shoes, so, you know. Why would he call victory and defeat imposters? And that's the part that got me for a while. I was like, if you can meet victory and defeat and treat both imposters just the same. And the wisdom for me was, he called victory and defeat imposters because neither the victory nor the defeat is you. This is something that happens. So, whoever it is that's watching this, just remember that. You will win in life, you will lose in life. Make neither the victory nor the defeat a reflection of who you are. That's it. Thanks, Flo.
Wow. Thank you so much. And I'm sure everybody who's watching this will be really inspired and they'll get back on their feet.
And whatever happens, if your business grows, I just want 10%.
So please get back to Vusi and tell him how your business has improved. He wants that 10%. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming all the way. We are very happy and we are very proud as a country to host you and learn from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.